We obviously coming off another loss, so, we had a week, there was a sense of urgency, and, we felt like we were addressing things, and, just to come out and we didn't play great, and so, now we need to take a step back and figure out why. Are there some schematic problems? Are there, some problems with how our personnel's kind of put together? And those are the things we're gonna take a look at. I love the guys. I mean, I like the plan, but obviously, when it's not going as well as you would like, you gotta be honest with yourself and try to figure it out. So, we gotta figure out what our certainties are, the things we have to have, and then, over the course of the next couple of days, if there's adjustments we need to make, we need to figure out what those are.
Hey, Jason in the back.
I know it might be too soon after the game to answer this, but offensive struggles tonight, how much of that was, you think, you guys versus what Duke was doing, or?
I mean, probably a combination of both. I feel like we had some good looks in the first half that just, from good shooters that just didn't go in. But then, we wanted to try to get the ball inside. They did a good job keeping it out. And then when we kind of got it in there, I think their size and length impacted that a little bit. So, I thought Duke came out and played really physical and battled. And I was hoping that would be a little bit of an advantage for us, but it wasn't. So, we got to go back, and probably a little bit of it is, one of the answers always is, do what we do a little bit better. And we got to fight a little bit more. And then, the next answer always has to be is like, don't be stubborn. If there's adjustments we need to make, let's figure those out.
Troy, go ahead.
KJ, when he was being interviewed, said that he felt like the second half of the offense maybe got a little stagnant, that there could have been more movement from the guys out there on the court. Did you see that in terms of?
For sure. They did a good job kind of pressuring our bigs, and then, kind of making our wing touches a little bit harder. And, we've always been a program that's been pretty good in transition, and, we got to get in transition a little bit more. And then when we get opportunities, we got to cash in on them. So, that's something we've been working on. But you get into these games, and, it's maybe some of the decisions by the players haven't been, where I would hope they would be, playing on 2 feet, using a fake, instead of going for all for nothing plays all the time. So, that stuff we'll continue to look at and see if we can get better.
Brian, go ahead.
Are you concerned at all about Caleb in maybe looking tentative at times when he had a shot and didn't take it?
I mean, listen, obviously we all know Caleb, has a well-documented story, and he's my guy. He's not playing great right now. I mean, I just got to be, 100% honest, but it's my job to hang with him because, this isn't the NBA. There aren't trades. You're not releasing guys. And I know this, Caleb's had so much success in college basketball. If we hang with him, it's the right thing to do, and we'll be rewarded for that. So I'm going to hang with him and trust that, better days are coming.
Physicality in this game, you almost hope that the memory of how physical Duke was lingers with your team into Big 12, because you're going to face more teams that can play as rough and tough as Duke was with you tonight.
Yeah, I think we're built for it. That's how we want games to be. So I didn't think it was anything crazy. I think our guys just have to have a little more wherewithal and to find ways to take advantage of that. Our physicality.
Bruce, go ahead.
For you personally, does this feel just a weird place to be? Like you said, you felt things were coming back. You've never lost back-to-back. You never lost in November until last week. Here you are.
Well, Bruce, I appreciate all the reminders, things that have never happened here. That's great. Listen, Bruce, I'm humble enough to know that it's not always going to go easy. And I've always just felt for myself, the harder things get, the better, because I think I'm built for it. And, I'm going to hang with my team. We're going to take a day off tomorrow. And, we're going to kind of circle the wagons, and we're going to find a way to go down to the Bahamas and win game by game. And wouldn't it be awesome if we flipped the script? And that's I'm a realistic optimist. I understand, we may not be perfect, there may be flaws, but I'm also optimistic that if we address them, that we can come out on the other side. And the great thing about college basketball is we're 2-2 and a long season. We haven't even played a conference game yet. And I'm not trying to diminish these 2 losses at all. They hurt. They hurt a lot. And it was a tough week for me. And this is a tough night for me in the program because we had a great opportunity. But, we're gonna bounce back and we're gonna, give Davidson everything we got. And if we're fortunate enough to find a way to get through that one, the next opponent, we're gonna give everything we got.
Anything else for coach? Go ahead, Juan.
Jaden and KJ were huge roles tonight. How would you describe their performance? They were a good portion of the offensive production.
I mean, listen, those dudes play incredibly hard, but what I gotta figure out is, why the pieces aren't fitting together as well as I would like or as well as we're used to. And, it's nothing with those guys, but I'm definitely looking more at the bigger picture now than just on individual performances. Because to me, this is a team game. And, my thought, what I kind of wrote down in my notes today was TTE, total team effort. And I don't think we got that. So, I got to go back and really figure out, what it's going to take to get a total team effort.
Troy, go ahead.
You already said that it wasn't the game that you guys wanted tonight, but just the spotlight, Duke, Arizona, home series, is this something that you would potentially like to continue? moving
Yeah,
forward?
for sure, I would love it, and I think Jay Billis had the best quote of all. He was talking to him today, and obviously he's a great guy, and we know he's a Dookie, but, he's also a great guy. And he told me, he wishes that, college basketball had a little bit more of the NBA feel to it. We play these big games, and you win them or you lose them, and you get on to the next one, and in college basketball, it's not like that. When you're a program like Duke or Arizona, and you lose a game, I mean, it's, panic ensues, because, so for me, I love playing in this. I mean, I don't know how well I'll sleep tonight, maybe good, maybe bad, I don't know. But I love the opportunity of playing Duke at home, and I wish, we had more opportunities to do this stuff, and we weren't so fearful of losing, because, if you're fearful of losing, you're never gonna take the opportunity for a great environment like we had tonight.
Michael.
Two questions. The first one, Krivas looked a little uncomfortable tonight. The guy said they were doubling him a lot in the post. What did you see?
I'll have to go back and look at it. First off, I think our stat keeper's gotta get better here, because I probably jumped him at halftime a little bit, because in the halftime stat sheet said he had 5 turnovers, and my staff informed me after the game he only had 2. So, that would be nice, because I'm going off the stat sheet they hand me. I'm not arguing with it. He's been practicing better, and we're kind of amping him up, and I might not have made the right decision today starting him. He's a starting level player, but he didn't play great. But Toby's been playing so good, and Toby not starting had nothing to do with him. It just has to me to try and figure out how to play these 4 bigs, and I just think the combination of my overall overriding thought has been a Big Mo and Trey could be a good combo, and that Henry and Tope could be a good combo. And then the game kind of got weird. I don't think there was sometimes these games happen. There's you have your first meeting time at under 16. We had good refs today who are letting everybody play. And so, that next thing you know, it goes to 13. When we would have subbed 3 or 4 minutes earlier normally, and, you're kind of waiting. I didn't want to waste the time out. So, I don't know. That's something I got to look at and really think about. Big Mo's a good player. He's going to have a great season, but, he's still coming back from the injury, and I think this will be a great learning experience for him, and, something for me to figure out.
And the other question, you guys said it, the other guys have said it, it's very early in the season, you're only 4 games into it, so you want to be patient, but you also want to see results. How do you kind of balance?
There's no patience. It's a massive sense of urgency. Let's call it what it is. You ain't gonna see me out on the town tonight. I got work to do. So let's get to work. You know what? And then, let's see where we're at in a month. And if we're still struggling, you know what I'll do? I still got work to do. But I'm gonna get to it.
Jason, go ahead.
KJ mentioned the Arizona standard and maybe getting the newcomers up to that standard. Is that something that you find having to work on consistently?
Listen, everyone has a standard. And I'm not gonna single out newcomers or returners. We all gotta get better. There's no one, I told our guys that today. Not one person in our locker room is pointing a finger at someone else. Everyone's looking internally first, and then secondly, looking at the crew. That's it. So, You know, I don't think that at all.
Bruce, just following up on Mo, does that mean he's cleared fully as far as minute and limitations on him, and
I think so, yeah.
And just to follow up, could you, you've never done it really, but like start depending on the defensive matchups that you see or whatever?
I mean, yeah, those are all things I gotta figure out, you know, I mean, I gotta figure out what makes our players most comfortable and most effective, you know, because I probably didn't do Tobey a good service today, because, you know, I told him kind of before the game that I was thinking about doing this, and he was so agreeable. I mean, because he's such a great dude, you know, but he's been playing well. And so, you know, maybe it wasn't tonight to do it, but, you know, but I mean, I was just thinking about pairing those bigs is my overriding thought, so I'll figure that out.
Last question for Coach.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Well, I know it's not your personal history, but I was wondering if anybody's told you last time this team went to the Bahamas and how that was kind of a rough deal.
I've heard a lot of stories about that.
And
Hey, and Bruce, right now, you know, come on, let's go. We played Davis, and I don't know what time we played them on Wednesday. Let's just find a way to get a win. I mean, that's gonna be the mindset. We're not looking at anything beyond that. We're back in the day-to-day deal. You knocked me off it a couple days ago, but I'm back on day-to-day.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.